always been enthralled with cryptids since I was a child. Bigfoot, Loch Ness, Mothman, Jersey Devil, you name it. I've
Right, right.
been into all that stuff. I am very new to the Dogman project. I just happened to have a few experiences of my own in Land Between the Lakes back in the fall. I was camping at Twin Lakes on the northern end. We started hearing off in the distance, like we're at the main top part of the campground. There's a boat ramp below us and things. And we would hear these weird barking and howling. It almost sounded like a distressed, old, decrepit hound dog.
Welcome back to the Eye of Jupiter podcast. I am your host, Tom Franklin. Today we have on Trenton. He is a member of the North American Dogman Project, I believe the Kentucky chapter. Yes, the Kentucky chapter. And I reached out to him and said, hey, man, I'd like to have you on the show. And he was so kind to drop by today and tell us about his experiences, his research, and everything in between. And I'm looking forward to it. If you keep coming back to the show, please do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. Ding, ding. That was corny, but intentionally corny. If you want to get notified that way you don't miss any of your favorite episode, there's also 2 membership levels. One, you get episodes early, and the other one, you get episodes early and the extended episodes, anything over 1 hour, found in the silver. And the other one is called, I think, Behind the Eye. So go over there and check that out. All links down in the description below. Hope to see you there. So with all that out of the way, let's welcome to the show, Mr. Trenton. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
I am excited for this interview, to be completely honest with you. You're a former rock head like me, or at least you played the bass guitar. And I was just like, man, this is going to be a lot of fun.
I've tried to make it a couple times through my career and came close a couple times, but needless to say, it was fun.
Yeah.
Moved on. It's been a little bit moved on. So
yeah, I was in like I guess you would say kind of like a groove metal mixed with a death metal kind of thing going on there for a long time. Frontman, singer, guitar player, songwriter, all that shit. Then we moved. Then I also was doing double takes we did pretty good. We got signed to a record contract, but that doesn't mean anything nowadays. Yeah, and the other one was more of a technical death metal, which was a lot of fun too. And that was just me on the microphone trying to catch my breath as much as possible. All right, man. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Trenton. Do me a favor. Tell me a little bit about yourself, why you're here, and if you're promoting anything, please go ahead and do so.
Well, I am very new to the Dogman project. I just happened to have a few experiences of my own in Land Between the Lakes back in the fall. And I reached out to the Dogman project to give them what I experienced. I was camping at Twin Lakes on the northern end. I was in the process of buying the property I'm at now, which I'm right outside of Land Between the Lakes. Only about 20-minute drive.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So
you're in the right place. You're in the right place, dude.
I'm in the right place.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I've heard the stories of Dogman through the years. I am a seasoned paranormal investigator. I investigated hauntings, ghost hunting back from 2013 up till almost 2021 religiously. It's part of Hopkins County Paranormal Society down in Hopkins County, Kentucky. Bill Payne's group. And done a lot of cool investigations down there, but I've always been enthralled with cryptids since I was a child. Bigfoot, Loch Ness, Mothman, Jersey Devil, you name it. I've
Right. Right.
been into all that stuff.
I love the word enthralled. That was a great word to use right there, buddy. I love that. I was like, damn, dude. He used some of the lexicon I use.
Oh, yeah. But so I'm camping in Twin Lakes, just dispersed camping, primitive camping. We done almost 2 months there, actually. And this was about the last weekend or the last week of September going into October of 2025. We started hearing off in the distance, like we're at the main top part of the campground. There's a boat ramp below us and things. And we would hear these weird barking and howling. It almost sounded like a distressed, old, decrepit hound dog. But it would not quit. You could hear it from the time it came into your earshot until the time it went out of your earshot. It never stopped. And intermittent between this, there would be a real low guttural growl. Now, my dogs, I have a miniature Australian Shepherd and a Great Pyrenees mix. They bark at everything, no matter what. It don't matter if it's a squirrel, birds, airplanes, bicycles, you name it. Now, when this thing would start barking, they would bark back at it. But when that guttural growl came out, they just stopped.
Wow.
And they just looked at me like, what's that? What's going on? Which freaked me out. Not going to
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah. Because the Pyrenees is a huge dog.
Yeah. No,
Pyrenees is a huge dog, and the other one's kind of a smaller dog, but a very intelligent dog.
Oh, yes. Very intelligent.
Yes.
And they just freaked out when they heard that growl. Now, this happened over a course, probably almost 2 weeks. I'm going to say we probably heard it 4 times during that time period. Now, I tried to record it with all I had out there was my phone. I was in a tent, and I had a phone, campfire, basically just waiting on my house deed to be able to move in and get things started here. But that was too far away to get any kind of a recording you could actually hear. Now, on the 4th event, which was the first week of October, we actually heard this thing just below our campsite, right down by the lake at the end of the tree line. And you could actually hear it crunch the twigs and the leaves as it was walking along the bank. And you could hear it splash water. But I'm not going to lie, it tripped us out being that close. I didn't even think to try to record it that night.
Right.
We were just freaked out, trying to figure out what was going on. And I guess it was probably about 2 or 3 weeks later, I reached out to the North American Dogman Project. Took them a few weeks to get back to me. But I've since gave my account to them and expressed my intention to help out and be part of the project. And with that, they were pretty impressed with my background in paranormal investigations and things like that. And lo and behold, I got offered the Kentucky State Representative.
Cool.
So
So that's funny. I know you're the Kentucky state representative, and I know Harley Owens is the Tennessee state representative. So
Yeah.
Harley Owens is my
Mhm.
buddy. You know what I
Harley's,
mean? Yeah.
Harley's a good dude, man. Harley's a good dude. I've been calling him a few times.
Harley's the man, dude. Harley's the man.
Yes,
Shout out to
sir.
Harley and all the things. You ever seen his Dogman picture? You ever seen him one
Yes.
where he was
Mhm.
walking with, he was turkey hunting with his, I think his father-in-law, and he kept hearing something behind him. And I think the story goes like, his father-in-law finally hears, something's back there following. He goes, yeah, it's been following us for about 20 minutes. And he turns around. They just came out of a creek bottom. They turned around. He took 3 pictures, and one of them guys over to Harley. Just type in Harley Owens Dogman, and you'll find it. I'm sure. Just
Oh
Google it
yeah.
up, and you'll find one of the scariest photos you'll ever see in your life. He was he was writing and talking to me and coming on the podcast before he even went back into the woods, man. That's how long ago. Before when he had his first big man encounter, Bigfoot encounter in Virginia. He's like, man, I can't. I had to quit my job and move into the county, in the city, man. I can't even go out there no more. And yeah, now he's out there killing it. So that's awesome. I also had on recently the president or the head or the creator of them, Jody Cooks. He was
Yeah,
on with
Jody,
me.
man. That was an awesome
Yeah,
interview. listened to that
yeah,
the other day. It was a
yeah.
freaking killer
It
interview.
blew me away, dude, with the Star Wars stuff in the Star Wars bar. I
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to go back and look at it quite yet, but it's intriguing. The things that he said. He was like, look at this, look at that. George Lucas went there. They talked to these people there. You're like, oh my god, oh my god, it was fantastic.
Yeah. Dude, that hit home with me. The first thing I ever found as a child was C3PO in a sand pile at the baseball park. And you put me on a Star Wars trip. My childhood was based on everything Star Wars. You
Okay,
name it.
I missed it,
And
man. I missed it. I didn't watch Star Wars until like seriously 2007.
wow.
I was
Yeah.
I was I was doing other
I'm talking
things, man. I don't explain it.
71 and 77. So, I mean,
Yeah, they kept telling me you need to check this out, and I watched it. It's okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather watch The Matrix, honestly. The first Matrix is the first one. When I seen that, that blew me away, bro. It was. Now you look back, you're like, yeah, whatever. But honestly, when that first came out, it's kind of like seeing, like like The Exorcist, probably when it came out the first time, and how people were just screaming, running out of the theaters. I'm sure
yeah.
Star Wars had the same feeling.
I've got a thing I always post, and when I post stuff, I just say they were trying to tell us.
Mm,
They were
predictive
trying.
programming.
Yes, sir.
You believe in
Absolutely.
predictive programming?
Oh God, yes.
Which one have you watched, seen come true before your eyes, and noticing it before it actually transpired in the real world?
I don't know about noticing it before, but how many
Okay.
episodes of Simpsons have you watched?
Oh yeah. Good point.
I mean,
I've
come on.
been watching a show called Resident Alien. It's fucking hilarious. It's really funny. But it's like this alien who's in this town with a bunch of like dumb people, and he's like kind of dumb himself, and he can kind of morph into other people, and he kind of fits into the town, and it's kind of like this is probably what's actually really happening. you know it's like wild. I mean,
What?
even the flip phone thing from like the first Star Trek, that came out, the moving doors and all that. That's just the beginning. That's the simple stuff that people will just step over into. But when you watch
Yes.
something like The Exorcist and you go, oh, there's demons have you, okay, what got you into being a paranormal investigator? Did you have something that happened to you, or
I had an experience when I was like between 3 and 4. I had a bed in the corner of my parents' bedroom, right underneath the window. And I woke up one night and I seen one of the weirdest ghostly figures standing outside my window just looking in at me. And that stuck with me. And ever since that happened, dude, I watched Alfred Hitchcock,
Oh yeah.
Unsolved
Oh
Mysteries,
yeah, dude. Yeah.
all that stuff growing up. That's what turned my bells. So, and anything, whether it's weird history, ancient Egyptians and
That's me
Mayans,
too. Yeah, dude. Mayan, dude. That's where I am. I'm down here with the Mayans,
yeah,
dude. This pyramid's like right here.
it's all connected.
Oh,
It's all connected, sir.
yeah, it is.
And that's exactly the times we live in right now are unprecedented. Absolutely unprecedented.
Okay.
We have all these Epstein files coming out.
Right.
You've got cloning, baby farms, freaking sharks are kidnapping people. Or not sharks, dolphins are kidnapping people. You've got whales swimming up the rivers. It's all documented, supposedly. Alien hybrids. You've got congressmen, former congressmen. Not to mention big time UFO guys corroborating all this right now.
It's enjoyable, isn't it? Isn't it
The
enjoyable to
Daily,
watch it?
yeah, the Daily Mail. I mean, they go from biblical headlines to space headlines to meteorite headlines to alien headlines
Dude,
to ghost headlines, Bigfoot headlines.
do you
Now,
remember the National Enquirer? Like when you left out of the grocery store in the where you get the bubble gum and shit, there used to be the National Enquirer. That used to be the little like joke magazine, right? It is now the front cover of every major newspaper.
You got the National Enquirer, the Sun, and Fate Magazine, all from back then.
Right. But remember, it used to be a joke.
Bat Boy. I mean, come on. Bat Boy just died yesterday, according to that, what I've seen. I mean, come on.
It's wild. You're right, dude. You're right. The times we live in are super interesting and unprecedented, or at least as far as we know in written history, or the whatever the phenomenon that we call history. There also is prehistory, and I guess it would be before written language or whatever. But doesn't mean humans weren't around back then either. I mean, the stuff in the Bible is pretty wild too. Some of the stuff in the Bible is crazy.
I agree with Graham Hancock. We are a civilization with amnesia.
Yeah, dude.
There's no history. Everything we're called is absolute BS.
Oh, dude, you're playing my song right now. You go ahead and play all the melody, and I'll hit the bass notes over here. All right? I'll follow you, bro. Give me a 4/4 on the floor. I'm with you.
I mean, yeah, for real though. Anything we're taught is absolute nonsense.
We were though, weren't we? Damn.
If you're going to get into biblical history, ancient history, you're going to get into mythology. You're going to get into dragons, giants, all the books that were thrown out of the Bible. Now, where does it all connect? Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of the same puzzle.
Okay.
And if we don't completely open our eyes to what's going on, we're never going to pull ourselves out of this.
In what sense? What are we in that's pulling us in? Like delusion?
Normality.
Or perceived normality?
Perceived normality. I mean,
normality.
It's all.
Yeah, I wish I would have smoked some weed before this one. I could get down there and I could get down there with you and look in all the corners with you.
I didn't smoke any weed, but I know where I'm at. So
all right,
been a few years.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, when you, I mean, again, let's go back to the Epstein files, MK Ultra files, CIA files, all of this crazy stuff coming out right now. They've just been using it against us for years and years and years.
And what? Okay, in what sense?
Well, all of our food is poison. All
Okay,
of our drugs are poison. All of our uh, illnesses are basically parasites. They don't want you to know that, but you've got like three drugs that can cure just about anything.
and one of them you couldn't say during COVID. Remember that one?
Well, three of them.
There's well, there's one in particular that I remember very much, and I would say there's no U in ivermectin. Like, where there's no I in
Exactly.
team, I would say there's no U in ivermectin. That was my
Yeah.
joke at the
There's not
time.
some, there's no Q's in hydroxy
Yep.
either. So,
Nope. Yep. That for me, dude. That's the reason. I don't know how much you've watched the show, but that's the reason why I'm here in Mexico. I bought
really,
10. I bought 10 acres in the jungle, buddy. I mean, in the
dude,
deep dark jungle.
I got banned on Facebook back in 2021 during the COVID stuff.
Okay, buddy.
And I just recently got back on just because I got hooked up with this Dogman stuff. And
Fair
I
enough.
needed to make a presence and I need to build a team. I want to build a team, especially a local team, but I want a team all around the country. And we have state representatives from just about every state in the country.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants to jump on board, feel free to contact me. But I want to build a team of researchers that look at all our future investigations from the aspects of different realms of the paranormal studies. Now, that means hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, interdimensional, freaking, whether it's Native American studies, religious studies,
Okay. So you're like combining
alternative.
different.
I
Trying to,
want
uh-huh.
aspects from every alternative. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, we've got, just like recently, we had the Ohio Bigfoot, 7 or 8 sightings right before the meteorite exploded.
Yeah, I've seen something on that. Yes.
Are they escaping? Did they have foreknowledge of that? What's going on there? Now, I've had a couple. I can't get into the stories right now, but they will be coming out in the next few months. But I've had some local stories about Dogman that involve videos of orbs and recordings of EVPs, like you would get from a haunting or a paranormal investigation.
I just I was who was I talking to? I think I was talking with Jody. And during that, I didn't hear it at the time. I didn't realize it at the time. And I don't go back and look at everything. If I know the interview is good, there's a part that I put at the beginning to get people to continue to watch. Okay, that's
Yeah.
behind the fourth wall, guys. So if somebody watched it in like 54 minutes and blah 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 seconds later, say, Tom, I think I called an EVP, and they did
Yeah.
during the recording. I've
I
never
mean,
had that before. It was so clear that it was not us two. It's still being determined what's being said. I don't like people because with the EVPs, I always put the little being said at the bottom of the screen. And I hate that. I don't want to be led by your words. I know what that does. I'm trying to figure out what it says for myself. So if you guys want to go back and look at that, it's like 54 minutes and 42 seconds in or something like that. There's an EVP on there, and it's wild, man. I never had that during a recording ever.
Right.
I've had it where on their end, because some people experience like Bigfoot, they'll have it where like they get like technical issues, like where the internet cuts out or the power shuts off, or for some reason I can see them, but their phone, it just stops working. They switch to their wife's phone. Scott Pace, what's up, Scott? And he's like, yeah, I can only do it on this phone now. And then it works, and then we get like another 20 minutes, and then that one goes out. It's incredible.
So what you're saying is Bigfoot is the Bermuda Triangle. I get it.
It's something to do with like electronics, something or other. It's something to do with it.
Okay, and let me promote one more thing.
Okay.
I have a very dear friend of mine. His name is Bill. He goes by Astute Actual. And we are going to start our own podcast here soon. Okay. And our main focus is going to be on sounds, frequencies, and vibrations, healing sounds, infrasounds that can paralyze you, music, bells.
Is there a particular reason why you have it so close to your face right now, Trenton?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm looking at your beard, and your voice is.
I'm sorry.
I was like, what is he trying to show me?
They call me the chin on Zoom calls a lot.
Sorry, man. I thought you were pulling it in for dramatic effect. And I was like, okay, I'm with you.
And I pull it close to my face. I'm sorry.
Sorry, buddy. No worries. Yeah, but it's oddly connected, and you're saying you're trying to pull in different areas of understanding and try to make them see where they overlap and see if some type of new understanding comes out of that.
Exactly. And we'll be debuting our little podcast. It's going to be called Silence in the Stream. And it will be...
I dig the name.
In the next few months.
Very, very good name.
Thank you.
That's a good name because it invokes and that is what you want for people to come on. Now, if you can can find how to market get your logo right and get everything together right, that way you get that initial boom. That's important. Same thing with my name, the Eye of Jupiter. What the hell does that mean? It's self-reflection of the universe upon itself. The eye, the third eye, maybe, in the big storm and gravity. I don't know.
Exactly.
Wonder. It's important. It's important. So tell me more about this ghost investigations, man. You told me that you would want to talk about that. You said you've been to a couple places and have had some experiences.
Like I said, I worked with Hopkins County Paranormal Society for almost a little over a decade. And I've had the opportunity to go to some really cool places. Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville. I wasn't actually with Hopkins County at the time. My old guitar player from Sexstone actually did a private rental of the place. So we had 13 people with the complete property of Waverly Hills from like 6 o'clock that evening till 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, first thing they do is they take you on a tour, show you all the hot spots where everybody's recorded everything. So the first thing I did was like, hey, everybody we know here are going to the hot spots. So we're going to the places nobody else checks out. That way we're by ourselves. Now we're running through the corridors. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the place at all. It's kind of like open air on one side and like covered walkways on the other side. It's a tuberculosis hospital at one time.
Okay.
And we're walking by these stairwells. And as we're walking by, we're like on the third floor. We hear just mayhem coming up the steps. I'm like, let's just go see who it is. And we're like 10 feet from the stairwell. We walk over to the stairwell, shine the light down the stairwell, shine the light up. There's nobody there. not a soul in sight. Now, through the night, we had several little shadows peer out at us and things. But the one thing that stood out, they have what they call the body chute, and it's the tunnel where they
It's
would
what it's
take.
it's what it's probably called. It's I think it's appropriately named. If I'm going to try to jump the shark here for a second,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
it's the tunnel from the main part of the sanatorium that leads down to the railroad tracks where they would take the dead bodies off the property. They
Damn.
call it the body chute. About 10, between 10 and 11 o'clock at night, when you do a private investigation, they uh they serve you pizza. So everybody goes into the gift shop, gets their slices of pizza and glasses of whatever drink they're having. And we ate real fast. And I said, let's go straight to the body chute before everybody gets done eating. Because that's a hot spot. I just want to check it out before anybody else gets there. We get there, we're by ourselves. We make it about halfway down the ramp. And then all of a sudden, it sounds like a stampede of horses just runs right over top of our heads from one side of the tunnel to the other.
You mean
Lasted
like
for a
the
good,
floor above you, or what?
oh man, you could feel it. You couldn't just hear it, you could feel it. You knew it
Okay.
was there. I have no idea. The caretakers said they've never heard of anything like that before.
Yeah.
That was a once in a lifetime experience for that place.
I think more people have, I think on average, I would say, if I had to be completely honest with you, I would say 7 out of 10 people have had a paranormal experience. I would say 5 of them recognize it, 2 are just oblivious. And only about 3 of them talk about it.
I
I think
agree.
that's a pretty good ratio.
I agree.
I think I think it's a very common experience that we've all had one way or another. That's what kind of got me into it too. Being 8 years old and scared out of my mind by shoes flying around the room and hitting me and doors slamming in my face and lights flickering off and on and no one believing you and feel like you're going out of your mind. You had nowhere to turn to. The people that are supposed to protect you, your parents, were telling you to shut the hell up and go to bed in the room where all this stuff's happening. It's very frightening. But when you get
So,
older and you look back, it gives you that, what the hell was that? And then you find other people like yourself and many, many others whose experiences are, maybe a little less, how would you say, scary than that. But still, I seen something. I seen a shadow, and I swear I seen a move. And you're like, yeah, man, I believe you, bro, because I've seen stuff like that too. I've seen the Hat Man, dude. I've seen the Hat Man one time in Germany. Seen it. Didn't know it was called the Hat Man. I just knew it was a shadow with a fucking hat on it. And the guy goes, "Oh,
right.
you seen Hat Man?" I was like, "Oh, that's what that's called." I didn't know that. Yeah, and I was freaking 20 years before I told this person. He asked me about my paranormal experiences, and I said, "Yeah,
Right.
this is what I saw." Oh, you saw the Hat Man. I didn't know there was a name. And then you start feeling like, okay, I'm not crazy, dude. I'm seeing it too. It's kind of like when you think you're going crazy, you want someone else to jump into the river with you, or
Yeah.
into the ocean with you. And I think that's what a lot of psychiatrists need to do. If you feel like your patient's crazy, you need to take. I'm not saying you should, but maybe you should take some LSD and jump in the lake with them.
Yeah. Let's experience it together.
It's interesting, man. So you just did that like as a hobby for just for your personal interest because of what happened to you when you were 4?
No, I mean, it's always been a passion. I mean, and it goes back. and it's anything, whether it's missing persons, serial killers, freaking
Mhm.
uh, cryptids of all kinds, UFOs and aliens, ghosts and paranormal. I mean, uh, telepathy,
Mhm.
uh, mind control, freaking moving stuff with your mind.
Telekinesis.
You
Yeah.
name it.
Yeah.
Just any gamut of the alternative paranormal world just always freaking pulled at my heartstrings
Right.
growing up.
The fascination.
Yeah, the fascination of it all. And music was a big part growing up. I mean, I've been a Kiss fan since I was like 5 years old.
I don't. I love you, brother, but I don't understand that. I'm like Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin. You know,
I'm
it's like
black.
if we're going there to that kind of music, dude. I mean, okay, Detroit Rock City is my favorite song for them. But other than that, it's like the disco era. Like, what are you guys doing?
Oh man, you know so
What,
much if you just
what,
do that. But
what's going on?
yeah, Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, dude. I've seen Black Sabbath. I've seen Jimmy Page and Robert Plant.
No shit. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a big bucket list of concerts, 600 deep in my back pocket. So
Damn. That's much more than I got. Much more than I got.
that was my
Much,
hobby.
much more than I've got. I've seen what? Slayer, Lamb of God, Children of Bodom, uh, not Sepultura, but the other one, Soulfly,
I've seen
uh, Meshuggah. I've seen Meshuggah twice. That was fucking awesome.
a best friend that cooked dinner for Soulfly.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner.
No shit.
Yep. Soulfly. And then I've seen Sepultura and Slayer on the same Ozfest with
Yeah. Yeah. People
with
don't understand, dude. We have so many languages that you and I can jump over to where people don't know what the hell we're talking about.
oh
It's
my
like,
God.
what Max Calvera plays a 4-string guitar. Why would he do that? It's green. It has the Brazilian flag on it, bro. Let's go. Shortstop tail. Yeah.
President of the United States of America with a 3-string guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been interested in all those things. So the music is also it points to something in your personality. It points to because you like that kind of music. You like the freedom it gives you. It's like there's no structure. It's just like, does it rock or does it not? That's basically what rock music is. Do you get the feeling out of it or do you not get it? Okay. Now there's pieces in between where people can like more than the other, and the way they put shit together. Of course, I got you. You know, if you like prog rock, like Rush, which I love, you know, I'm with you too. But so when you speak a certain language to somebody, like that interest, because I found it to be with me as well, is like that interest of like exploring the unknown. Rock and metal music for me has always been the exploring and trying to push the limits of the unknown. So that kind of also reflects itself in what we're interested in. My
Now,
opinion.
we had a motto
Okay.
with my band Sexstone. And our motto was, if you can't feel it, it ain't real. It don't matter if you hear it, but
Get
if
to
you
feel it.
can't feel it, it ain't real.
What's the difference between listening to something and hearing something too?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I like music that you can hear. I enjoy that. Like we're just kind of like, you know, having a beer, hanging out with buddies, barbecuing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also like music I can listen to. Like
Exactly.
sit there and listen to Tool. Like listen to it. Like what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Let's just go down the Fibonacci spiral front to back. And
Oh, the
we'll be right
Fibonacci sequence. Yeah, bro. What are you talking about? Let's go. Black and white are. Come on, man. That's my shit.
Yeah.
And Meshuggah. Have you listened to Meshuggah?
I saw Meshuggah open up for Tool.
Dude, okay, you're way back then. All right.
Was,
There's a new one called Ange de Poitrine. Have you heard them? You need to check them out. I think you'd love them.
Dude, I saw Meshuggah open up for Tool the weekend before 9/11 happened.
Oh, you seen Meshuggah open up for Tool?
The weekend before 2000.
Damn, what album was that?
9/11.
That must have been fucking Chaos Sphere. Yeah, they must have been on the road with Chaos Sphere. I mean, that's the album they were promoting at the time. It was probably Chaos
Yeah.
Fear from 98. Yeah,
It was in
98's Chaos
Indianapolis.
Fear.
One of the planes took off from Indianapolis.
I was in the military during that time. I was literally at the NTC Center in California, Fort Irwin, when that
Wow.
happened. We were in I think it's called the Dust Bowl. It's where you basically prop your tent up before you go out into the desert. And we were there getting prepared and getting everything lined up. And we were supposed to put our convoy together that morning. And they woke us up early and said, "Hey, if you have any family in New York, go ahead and give them a call." We're like, "What the fuck's going on?" Yeah, some planes. We're like, "Whoa." And then I couldn't even see the coverage. The only time I got a chance is when I went to the chow hall, and everyone was just fucking huddled around the television in the corner, eating whatever chicken or the fuck we're doing, watching this. It was a wild time. People like look past that. People look past that, and they're just like, people just like, yeah, it happened, or the Vegas shooting. That's incredible.
God. Yeah.
How do you?
We
just move on?
No, I mean, freaking 9/11 got me to. I've never watched news in my life, but 9/11 started me. I got to watching Rush Limbaugh and Beck from the Boys, and some of them on Fox at the time. And that drew me, which led me to things like Alex Jones, which led me to George North.
Alex Jones, man, we need to give him his flowers. We're not going to talk about anything with fishing near some sand. We're not going to talk about that. But did he not nail the Agent Provocateurs? Did he not nail Bohemian Grove? Did he not nail Jeffrey Epstein's Island? He talked about this 20 years ago. There's an island in the Caribbean where there's a guy who's a Mossad fucking doody-dotty-dotty, and he's blackmailing people from all around the world. They take private flights to this island. Like, ladies and gentlemen, I can actually do a pretty good impersonation. But and then people go, yeah. But he's just throwing spaghetti against the wall. But that is too specific. Remember George Floyd stuff? There was bricks. Pallets of bricks up and down Hollywood Boulevard.
So gay frogs. We got all that going on.
Yeah. They're turning the frogs gay. People are like, they're turning the frogs gay. And you're like, okay, it's crazy. But now it's like, wait a minute, there's a chemical in the thing that are changing their sex or making them a hermaphroditic or whatever that word is. It's like, we need to like make sure Alex Jones is okay. We need to run a nonprofit for him so he can pay this $1 billion back or whatever, which is such an absurd number to show you if you step up and say something right or wrong, right? You can't say anything now. I thought it was freedom of speech. Like this format that I'm on, mostly YouTube. I can't say certain words. According to who?
You know you can't.
That's the thing. We have to walk away around it for whose benefit, which is crazy because you know what I'm saying. My intent is to get that word out there, right? Whatever, a place where it's sandy and you fish. What is he talking about? You know what I mean? I have to use it. You know what I'm saying? So what's the point of me not being able to say that?
I got hooked on phonics at a very young age. So.
Hooked on phonics? Yeah. I remember that. So you're just kind of like me, man. You just enjoy, throwing a sinker on a line and putting some hooks on and just casting out there and see what you catch, because that moment of anticipation between the line hitting water and something hitting it, that anticipation is what it makes you enjoy doing what you're doing. And this Dogman thing, since that happened was 6 months ago. That's 6 months ago, Trenton. That's 6 fucking months ago. And now you're like, wait a minute, what is this? What is this? And now I don't know if I ever had the time, I could be the representative for Mexico. That would be fun. It is the North American, and Mexico is part of North America, as far as I remember. My geography courses.
We're actually we got Australian people. We got European people.
No shit. Are they seeing them out there too?
Yeah, we could use some people from down south. So
It's an interesting thing that's happened. This was 6 months ago. So there was so a friend of mine, she's Mexican, and she was going through Facebook. And she ran across a post where a person says, I was on a motorcycle between this city and this city, which is Champaton and Escasica. That's the name of it. And it's about, and then between the two in the middle, it's about 2.5 hours from here, right? And while I was there, I was traveling on a motorcycle, kind of off the side because I can't go the same speed. This is Mexico, man. It's a different world. And I seen this fucking thing standing out in near the edge of the cornfield. And I had to swerve to get out of the way, and it scared the living shit out of me. And I don't know who or what to tell people, right? And he goes, this is a representation of what I saw. And it was an AI created picture of a Dogman. He said, it's not quite like this, but it reminds me of this.
yeah.
And then people were chiming in and saying, hey, I've seen something similar to that near the power plant. The power plant is between me here and my property a half hour outside the town. I know exactly where that is. And that's where you guys are seeing this damn thing. So apparently they're here too. So people are seeing Dogman here too. But Bigfoot, I haven't heard anything. Haven't heard anything.
I think it's a worldwide phenomenon. I really do.
Say it again, buddy.
I think it's a worldwide phenomenon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So when you were out there, so the LBL, so why did you buy the property where you are? Is it because of the LBL?
No. I'll be honest, man. I came on some hard times, and I've got three now, but I had two wonderful dogs, Cherokee and Comanche. And I was working at a nursing home, and the lady that lived next to the nursing home would let me put my dogs in her yard while I was at work. And her landlord offered me this property because of my dogs. He wanted to make sure they had a place that was warm in the wintertime to spend indoors. So it took a little saving and a little putting away and
A little fixer-upper?
little fixer-upper. I just put new plumbing in here about a week ago. And
That's really funny. You know, I'm in the same fucking position.
we're getting things together. It's a slow row, but
I still don't have plumbing. I got
Really?
water that comes, I get intermittent. It's just Mexico, bro. So I get water pressure every other day, and that's when I take my shower and wash my clothes and do my dishes. And today is not that day.
Right.
Today is not that day. But I do have a water container or a cistern, I think it's in English. In Spanish is tinaco. I'm going to fill that up. Once I buy it, I had to build a platform for it, so it's up in the air, so I can put so I made it out of rocks and stuff and mortar, and then I poured a concrete top on it. So I'm working too, man. I just put air conditioner in. I put 220 in here. I fixed the doors. I put windows. There was no windows in the house. I put windows in the house. Cleaned it. This is an old asbestos roof, man, from the 80s.
I hear you, man.
You know the old wavy asbestos roofs that they used to have everywhere. They still here in Mexico, bro. I'm living underneath an asbestos roof.
I get it. I get it.
I had to start from nothing again, man. Remember I was telling you about the Germany stuff? I came here, I had nothing, man. I was making this much in dollars, about 600, bro.
Wow.
But now I'm a tutor. I'm a podcaster, man. Dude, ain't nothing going to stop me. Ain't nothing going to stop you. What we doing?
There you
We don't. What you gonna do?
My dogs wanted me this opportunity. If it wasn't for my dogs, I would have never got this opportunity. But
I don't know if you can see that. You see this right here?
yes, sir.
Do you know what that is? That's Mayan pottery.
Wow. Nice.
I found it. I was doing solar installations on cattle ranches here. Right?
Really?
In the middle of fucking nowhere, bro. I mean, once you get to the property, it's still another hour in. And so there was an old well there that it was a new well actually, and they dug it. And when they dug it up, it left this pile of gravel and shit. And underneath the solar, then we had to put up a solar array that with the pump and put the pump in the ground and connect it all up on a DC pump actually. And it was a DC pump. And underneath the solar panel was hot as shit. I'm not, if I'm lying, I'm dying, dude. 115 degrees out here. I'm underneath the panels, just kind of like strapping shit in, wire tying everything up. And I ran across all these fucking pottery shards. And I was like, what is that? Here's another piece of it.
It's awesome, man.
And a buddy of mine who is from here, and he's like, yeah, man, that's Mayan pottery shards. I was like, well, they're going to get destroyed out here. I'm going to at least pick them up and bring them to the house. So, you got to live the dream, brother, whatever that means.
Surroundings, man. I'm pretty sure that we live in a little valley surrounded by some very large Indian mountains. All the hills around me look suspicious.
But the cool thing is now that you're so close to the LBL, if you're going to start a team, right? I don't know your situation, whatever. You can get some tents or whatever it is, right? And you're putting a team together. You can be like, hey, pop on over, man. We'll have a barbecue. We'll go out on the weekends and go check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's you live literally in the perfect place for it.
I've got a few groups I'm already in contact with, so I'm about to put some boots on the ground real soon.
Yeah, dude, keep me in fucking. I would love, whenever you get your shit on the way, you get your podcast moving. What was it called? Silent Creek?
Silence in the Stream.
Silence in the Stream. But you told me one time, and I already remembered at least partially, where I'm like, what was it called again? And then your friend can say it's Silence in the Stream, and then you can remember. And whenever you do that, and whenever you start piecing some things together, I'll have you guys on, or I'll come on your show, whatever, this and that and the other, and we'll go out. And I'm just trying to spread whatever this is to as many as possible.
We can simulstream even.
I don't know how that works.
Everybody just streams each other's show.
You mean live? Oh, you mean live?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you do it live over YouTube, if you guys are already, what do they call that? Monetized, and I am the only one of them gets it. Did you know that?
We're on Rumble, so we don't give a crap.
I'm on Rumble too. And I don't know how to use Rumble, though. I don't know how to live stream on Rumble. It's very confusing.
Rumble's pretty much our platform. So I actually represent a lot of podcasts on Rumble.
Cool. I use Rumble as a backup to make sure whenever YouTube pulls the string on everybody over here and pulls that thing, that I got a place to run to. But I definitely do not know how to live stream over there. It's like you have to get a stream key and put it in like an hour in advance and God knows what, and I still never figured it out.
Well, the thing about Rumble is you've got a chat family that are amazing when you're streaming live.
Okay.
So everybody's interacting all at once, all at the same time.
Yeah, I understand that. I used to do lives on YouTube every Friday until 5 out of 6 weeks people wouldn't show up for whether I'm sick or this happened or this happened, and whether they're telling the truth or not. With time, that not having somebody on 5 out of 6 weeks is a reflection upon myself, and I said no more live streams. I'm not doing them anymore. I'm only doing pre-record. That way, there's buyer's remorse. That way, if you get sick, for example, no problem, Trent. We'll do it tomorrow or next week, whenever you can, buddy. And then I just have instead of everything pressured to one moment, it's much more. It's a lot less stressful. Less stressful. And yeah, people are probably wondering why. Now you know, guys. They're like, why did he stop trying action? Well, this is the reason why. All right, man. Anything you're promoting other than your upcoming podcast? Anything we should be looking out for?
Got a lot of things coming up with the Dogman project. Be on the lookout for that. We got a lot of new things coming down the pike from the podcast, Silence in the Streams. We've got I also am on the Conspiracy Therapist podcast on Sundays at 3 p.m. on Rumble. You look that up.
Okay.
We have so many things coming down the pipe.
And you are the representative for the North American Dogman Project for Kentucky, correct?
The Kentucky State Representative for the North American Dogman Project.
Right.
And
so the people, you can go directly to the North American Dogman Project if you want to report an encounter. Maybe you can reach out to Trenton. Trenton, that's up to you. People can reach out to you if they want to speak to you in private, because it's a very scary thing to see these fucking things.
Let me give you an email.
Okay, sure. Give me all these links, and then I'll pop them in when I go ahead and put this up, okay?
nadp.kentucky@gmail.com, and that will get you direct link to me. So
napd.kentucky@gmail.com, correct?
Right.
Good. Hell, I remember. My memory's pretty good today. Trenton, I appreciate you so much coming on and talking with me today. We kind of went around the world.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that, though. What I like is the passion.
Yeah.
The passion is what's important to me. The
Exactly.
intention. And it was definitely different when I'm used to doing. But at the same time, I just in the worst case scenario, people now know who the representative for Kentucky is, and they know that he's a cool guy, man. We can go ahead and talk to him because he's really interested and he wants to know what this is. And that's perfect. All right, buddy. I'll see you around. Remember, guys, we are the eye. We are aware. Love you all, and enjoy the rest of your day, night, or weekend.